I'm getting sick and tired of every time I log in to Instagram, X, Twitter, always seeing some Justin Herbert slander. At this point, if you can watch Justin Herbert play with his third head coach in 5 seasons, these randoms at wide receiver, and the first thing that pops up into your mind is, oh, this dude is overrated. It's a sign that you need to go to your local eye doctor and you need to get your eyes checked because you just might need some prescription glasses, because I don't know what any of you guys are watching when you see Justin Herbert play that makes you go, this guy is overrated, but you're just flat out blind and wrong. Justin Herbert, to me, is the most underrated and overhated quarterback in the National Football League because he has a 14-1 touchdown interception ratio. That is the best touchdown interception ratio in the National Football League. And we got less than a month left of the season. Do you not know how rare it is for a quarterback to have this low of a turnover rate? Justin Herbert has been playing not only the best football of his career, but the most efficient football of his career. And he's been carrying the Los Angeles Chargers offense on his back because coming into this season, the expectations for the Chargers were not that high. Yeah, they hired Jim Harbaugh, but with them having to get rid of Keenan Allen due to how strapped they were for cash because of the salary cap issues that they had, at best, you probably felt like this was going to be a 9-8 win team at the most. But right now, they are on pace to finish with somewhere around 10 to 11 wins, which is an incredible achievement for Jim Harbaugh in his first season with this franchise. And a large reason why the Chargers have been able to overachieve this year is because of how good Justin Herbert has been. I didn't even know Justin Herbert was this good as an athlete. I mean, the way that he's just able to run around and make all of these big 50, 60-yard bombs downfield outside the pocket is really impressive. Justin Herbert, from a talent standpoint, is a top 4 quarterback in the league. If we're just going off pure talent, arm strength, athleticism, mobility, there are not too many quarterbacks in the league right now that are as talented as what Justin Herbert is. And most of the times, when you have a quarterback that has gone through this many different coaching staffs this early into his career, more times than not, they end up not being that good. Remember Marcus Mariota? When he first got to Tennessee, he went through not only several offensive coordinators, but several different head coaches. Jameis Winston went through a couple of head coaches in Tampa Bay. The key to a young quarterback's development is stability on the coaching staff. And for Justin Herbert to be on his third head coach in his 5th season, and for him to still be producing elite quarterback numbers, is a testament to how truly good this guy is. I see why Brian Flores wanted to take him over Tua Tagovailoa. And it makes a lot of Miami Dolphins fans sick to hear that, because as good as what Tua is, he's not a quarterback that's going to elevate you come postseason. As a matter of fact, Tua is not a quarterback that can elevate the team around him. Justin Herbert can. Most of y'all can't name more than one receiver on the Chargers roster not named Ladd McConkey. You probably can name Quentin Johnston, but that's about it. Can you remember Joshua Palmer? Can you remember Darius Davis? Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all can't name more than 3 receivers on the Chargers roster outside of Quentin Johnston and Ladd McConkey. Greg Roman, for as much flack as he got for holding back the Ravens offense due to how elementary his passing concepts have been, Justin Herbert's been doing a pretty good job throwing the football in his offense, and the Chargers have been a little bit more run heavy than expected with the injury to J.K. Dobbins. Justin Herbert, for the amount of hate that he receives, you would think that this dude is Mitchell Trubisky or something like that. I really cannot understand how many people just stupidly hate on Justin Herbert just because it's trendy to do so. When you watch Justin Herbert play, you see a transcendent quarterback talent. You see a quarterback that has been able to overcome multiple different coaching staff changes, not having the best talent around him, and still be able to produce at a high level. The reason why he doesn't have a playoff win is because he's had bad coaching. You see, it's one thing to get to the playoffs, right? But once you get to the postseason, the farthest you're going to go having bad coaching is a divisional round, because once you get to the playoffs, not only are you going up against other good quarterbacks, but you're going up against other teams that have great coaching. Therefore, Just having a great quarterback isn't enough to elevate you. Why do you think that Brandon Staley got fired? And why do you think that Jim Harbaugh is winning with the same team with most of the guys that Brandon Staley had access to? Because Jim Harbaugh is a better coach. Everywhere that Jim Harbaugh has gone, he's won. When he talks about Justin Herbert, he's not just saying it just to gas up his quarterback. He truly realizes how special of a talent he has. Justin Herbert is the main reason why he took this job. That's why he didn't want to go to the Raiders. He didn't want to go to Chicago despite having the possibility of drafting Caleb Williams. He wanted to go to a team that already had an established quarterback, because when you have the quarterback situation settled, it makes everything easier for you in terms of building a winning football team. It is hard to come across an elite quarterback in today's NFL. There are only about 4 or 5 elite quarterbacks, and Justin Herbert is in that conversation. So it really frustrates me how every time I go on social media, I steady hear this convo about how overrated Justin Herbert is because he doesn't have a playoff win. One player cannot win you a playoff game. There are a bunch of other factors that goes into winning in the postseason. The most important one is having an elite coach. Jim Harbaugh is an elite coach. If the Chargers go one and done in the playoffs this year, I guarantee you next season they won't go one and done because they will have a better team. The reasoning for why the Chargers have been as good as what they've been and why they are in prime position to make it to the playoffs this year is because how good Justin Herbert has been. He has carried this team. The defense has been really good, but offensively, if you take Justin Herbert off this squad, this would be one of the worst offenses in the NFL. Justin Herbert is the jelly to the jam for the LA Chargers. He is the heart and soul of this team. We have to stop ignoring how generational of a talent Justin Herbert is. We really do. Herbert is a special talent. And it's just really weird how you just keep seeing these folks try to make it seem like he's overrated or something like that. No, the hype is definitely justified when you watch Justin Herbert play. He may not be the toughest quarterback in the NFL like how Jim Harbaugh says, but he is a tough son of a gun. I mean, the hits that he was taking tonight against the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday Night Football that I was watching him take, like when he had that bad hit by Nick Bolton that damn near messed up his leg, I thought that he was done for the game. I thought that he was not coming back. I saw Taylor Heinicke warming up, and I was like, oh, God. It's over for the Chargers. Justin Herbert's injured. There's no chance in hell they're going to win another game this year. But he came back. You could tell that he was obviously impacted by that hit. He was limping around out there, but he was still making plays. Came back in the second half, and he was throwing darts. Got the Chargers right back into the ball game. Gave them the lead. It's just that Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, they just are a different animal. But I believe that Jim Harbaugh is going to build the Chargers up into a good enough squad to be able to stop Kansas City's reign of terror over this division. They've won 9 straight AFC West titles. You want to know why? Because the coaching in this division has been weak. That's why the Patriots were able to dominate the AFC East for so many years during the prime of the Belichick-Brady dynasty, because you were always going up against teams that didn't have good quarterback play and always were in disarray when it came to their quarterback situation. And even when Rex Ryan and the Jets were making it to AFC Championship games, look how long that lasted. That eventually fell apart. Justin Herbert and Jim Harbaugh together are going to be the key to stopping the Chiefs dynasty. Because one way you can stop the Chiefs is by making sure that the AFC doesn't always run through Arrowhead. One thing that Kansas City is always fortunate is that they always get home field advantage throughout the playoffs. They've won the 1 seed countless times. They've always gotten at least 1 or 2 home field playoff games. If you want to beat Kansas City, you're better off making them come to your house. The LA Chargers have the ability to rival Kansas City when they continue to build a better team around Justin Herbert. He's already doing a fantastic job with the backup parts that they have right now. Imagine how good they're going to be when they actually get another good number 1 receiver to pair alongside Ladd McConkey, alongside of Quentin Johnston. I thought Quentin Johnston was a lost cause. I thought this dude was a bust. And even then, he still is a little bit inconsistent. But it's like, at least he's serviceable. Last year, when you watched Quentin Johnston play, you would have thought that this dude was Kevin White 2.0. If you don't remember who Kevin White is, go do your research on Kevin White, one of the biggest busts as a wide receiver prospect in the history of the NFL draft. Like, Justin Herbert is not overrated. He's overhated. The Justin Herbert hate has to stop because it's just flat out stupid. If you're just hating on Justin Herbert, to me, it's the equivalent to the folks that still like to call Lamar Jackson a running back. The folks that still like to say that Lamar Jackson can't throw. It's just ignorant at this point. That's what you are if you say that Justin Herbert is overrated. You're just ignorant because you are ignoring how this one quarterback has been able to overcome a situation that most quarterbacks ended up falling a victim to. Not having a lot of stability, having a front office that normally ends up being pretty cheap when it comes to improving the team. Jim Harbaugh and Justin Herbert are going to end up building something special down there in Los Angeles within the next couple of years. And Justin Herbert is going to be the main part of that. We have to stop this agenda of Justin Herbert being overrated. I don't know why it's a trend to hate on Justin Herbert, but it has to stop because this man is a fantastic quarterback. One of the best quarterback talents that we have in the game. Pound for pound, Justin Herbert is one of the most talented, the most gifted quarterbacks that we have in the National Football League.